This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, all. So, today in physics, we are going to learn about current electricity. So, see, if we don't have electricity, so nowadays it is mandatory, right? So, but now also in some villages, like we don't have electricity. But without electricity, so cannot do our work as like read these points. A few minutes of power outage makes us realize how important electric current is to us. So, electricity is very important to us, right? So, many inventions and discoveries have been made in order to facilitate human life smoothly. So, in order to provide more facilities to human life, so many inventions and discoveries are made, right? So, like bulb and tube lights, fan, system, everything. So these are the devices and some uh, objects which are which can be run using electricity, right? So the discovery of current electricity is one such discovery that we are highly dependent on to make our life easier. Okay, so the discovery of current electricity is very played very crucial role, right? So highly dependent. So we are highly dependent on this electricity, right? So if you want to charge your cell phone, you need electricity, right? If you want to charge your system, or if you want to study, then you need light, right? So it is playing a very crucial role, right? So here in this article, let us learn about current electricity and its characteristics, right? So see, what is current electricity? So generally current means we say flow of charges, right? So what is charge then? So charge is nothing but it is a particle, okay, which is present in the matter. Matter is made up of particles, right? So charge is what? It is a particle present in the matter. So every matter contains charge, right? So that is what current we say flow of charges. So one important thing, see, if the direction of charges means electrons are towards left, then current direction will be towards right. So the flow of electrons direction is opposite to the direction of current, right? So current always uh, travels in opposite direction, right? So current flows opposite to the electrons. So when two bodies at different potentials are linked with a wire, right? So suppose you take two bodies are joined with a single wire. Free electrons stream from B to A. So see, electrons are coming from B to A, means from right to left. So you are having AB, right? So two bodies, A and B. So initially you have A and then final you have B. In between them you are having one wire joined together, right? So what happens? The electrons travel from or they flow from B to A until both the objects reach the same potential, after which the current stops flowing. So what happens if electrons are flowing from B to A, that is from right to left? So what happens that B is moving towards A. So then what happens? There is no current. So current stops flowing there because it uh, both objects reach same potential. So potential is nothing but voltage. So if they have same voltage, if body A has 5 volts, then body B also having the 5 volts. So if they means initially they don't have same voltage, but after some flow of the electrons, what happens, their voltages are equal, then there is no current. Okay, so until a potential difference is present throughout a conductor, current runs. So until you have potential difference, right? So difference, there must be difference between the potentials. So then what happens? Current will runs, current flows, right? So what do you mean by conductor? Conductor means it is conducting the electricity. It is allowing the electricity to pass through it. Okay, a device which allows electricity to pass through it is known as conductor. You are also having insulators, right? So insulators means it is resisting the current. It is not allowing the current to pass through it. So that is what insulator. Okay. So the division of physics that deals with charges in motion is termed as electricity. So electricity is also a part of physics, right? So topic of physics. So it is termed as charges in motion, right? So that is what current, electricity. Next, see, electromotive force and voltage. So what do you mean by electromotive force? That we, in short, we say EMF. So just as a liquid in a horizontal tube does not flow, no current runs in a copper cable by itself. So that cable you are having is made up of copper, right? So what happens if there is no flow of liquid in this horizontal tube? So this is a tube which is horizontal. So if liquid does not flow, there is no current. So you also know water gives current. So we can also produce current using water, right? So water will flow out of the other end at a steady rate if one end of the tube is attached to a tank with water such that there is a pressure difference at the two ends of the horizontal tube. So water flows from the other end. Okay, so at a steady rate means constantly, okay, at the same rate, constantly flowing from the other end. So one end tube, what happens, it is attached to the tank. So the tank contains water. So we have their pressure difference, okay, at the two ends of the horizontal tube, right? Now electric current. So what do you mean by electric current? So it is nothing but flow of electric charge in a circuit. So the electric, it is also the another definition we can say, the rate of charge flow past a given point in an electric circuit. Okay, so this is also one definition for electric current. So the charge can be negatively charged electrons or positive charge carriers, including protons, positive ions, or holes. So the charge can be negatively charged. So charge means you are having two charges. One is negative and another one is positive. So one more you consider particle, that is neutral. So if both are combined, negative and positive charges, you will be having neutral charge, right? So see here, protons. Protons means positive charge. Electrons, negative charge. Positive ions you are having. So positive ions are also known as holes. Okay, so see this, how the flow of electron, it is from B to A, right? And flow of current, see, this is from A to B. So we are having one battery here. So if you don't use battery, there is no flow of current, right? So based on this battery only, you can define that electrons are flowing. So see, a negative sign of this battery is what? Indicating the flow of electrons. So then what happens? Positive sign indicating the flow of current. So current always flows from positive to negative. From this we can say current always flows from positive charge to negative charge. Right? Next. A simple circuit where current is represented by the letter I. So current symbol we can represent it using small letter I, or capital letter also you can use. The relation between voltage, resistance and current. So that is V equals to IR. This is known as Ohm's law, right? So Ohm's law is given by V equals to IR. So here V is directly proportional to the resistance and current. Okay. Now, so symbol of current is I and its SI unit is what? Ampere, right? So ampere is what? SI unit of current. Current units. See, you have battery connected here in this circuit, and then ammeter. You are also having resistor and voltmeter. So see, ammeter is what? It is nothing but used to measure the, it is a device which is used to measure electric current. So current is measured using ammeter. And voltmeter is what? We are using this voltmeter in order to measure voltage. Okay. So what we are studying, that movement of electrons is what? Electricity. So electrons create charge. So which charge it creates? Negative charge, right? So it is used to do work. So your light bulb, your stereo, your phone, etc. are all harnessing the movement of electrons in order to do work, right? So everything requires current in order to work. So light bulb. So if there is no power, you cannot use, you cannot, so light bulb will not function, right? So it doesn't glow. Now, so we can say that in our houses, like generally we have how many volts of power? That is 230 volts, 220 or 230 volts of power is is in our houses, right? So first, the current, how it comes, it it is filtered at transformer, right? So transformer reduces the voltage, then the remaining, that is 230 volts of current, are used in our houses, right? So the three basic principles for this uh, current can be explained using electrons, or more specifically the charge they create. Okay, so electrons are creating the charge, negative charge, that is. So these are the basic principles: voltage, current, resistance. So what is voltage? It is the difference in charge between 2 points. Okay, so difference in charge between 2 points is nothing but voltage. Current is what? Rate at which charge is flowing. And resistance is a material's tendency to resist the flow of charge or flow of current. So resistance is resisting the flow of current. See, so voltage is nothing but force, right? So you are having some charges here. Those are uniform charges as they are moving uniformly and they are equally spaced. So this is your ground. Okay. So ground means you are having the electrons, right? So these are moving towards the ground, means it is attracting. Electrons are attracting the positive charge. So that is what represented in this diagram. So how they are going? There is some force. That force is electric force, we are saying. Or we can also say it is voltage. Okay. And SI unit of voltage is volt. Okay. Next. The volt symbol, that is V, is the derived unit for electric potential. So volt can be also, if this one is, this can be defined for electric potential, and electric potential difference also if you calculate, you use the symbol V. So and also electromotive force. So for this four things we can use the symbol V, right? The volt is named in honor of the Italian physicist Alessandro Volta. So, uh, in honor of this physicist, what happens? Volt is named. Who invented the voltaic pile? And so he has invented the voltaic pile, possibly the first chemical battery. So voltaic pile is nothing but first chemical. It is a chemical battery, right? And next, see what is resistor. So a resistor is a passive two-terminal electrical component that implements electrical resistance as a circuit element. So resistors are, it is one device. So you are having like uh, different units of resistor, like different values you have. Uh, First of all, resistance is resistors are having the value as in ohms, right? So unit of resistance is what? Ohm. So resistor having the values of resistance, right? So that is some 2 ohms, 3 ohms, likewise you have values for this resistor. So it is a two terminal electrical component. So it is one component, it is device, right? So it is having the two terminal. So why it is used? Implement, in order to implement electric resistance, right? So we are using the resistor. In electronic circuits, resistors are used to reduce current flow. So whatever electronic circuits you make, in that what happens, resistors are used. Why it is used? It is used to reduce current flow. Okay. And also adjust signal levels. In order to adjust signal levels also, you can use this resistor to divide voltages. So voltages can be divided using this resistor, bias active elements and terminate transmission lines, among other uses. So there are many uses for resistor. See, this is your resistor. So in this way it looks. So it is having the two terminal. So some applications, you see, it is used in power control circuit and DC power supplies. So in our houses, what type of power supply we have? Is it DC or AC? So DC is what? Direct current. So we don't have the direct current. So our current is at in our homes we use alternating current. Okay, so that is AC power supply. But here resistors are used in DC power supply. Why? Because the current is directly moving. So in order to break that, it is used, right? So in our houses, if we use DC power supply, then what happens? Then the current cannot come directly, right? So if it comes, your devices and your everything will get burst, right? So that's why we are not using direct current in our houses. We are using the AC currents. So resistors are used in filter circuit networks. So in order to filter the circuit networks, we are using resistors. That is like giving signals, etc. Okay. It is used in amplifiers, oscillators, telecommunication, and digital multimeter. Okay. So amplifier, which amplifies the current. Oscillators we are having. So waves, oscillators are used to uh, in order to find the waves, and telecommunication. So telecommunication also used, we use resistor, and digital multimeter. So multimeter means you can measure electric current, voltage by using this multimeter, right? Next, resistance. What do you mean by resistance? According to Ohm's law, there is a relation between the current flowing through a conductor and the potential difference across it. So it is given by V directly proportional to I. From that we can write V equals to IR, where resistance is constant. Right? Resistance is constant. By removing that proportionality, we are writing R. So R can also be proportionality constant, and it is a resistance which is constant. See, what is V? It is potential difference or voltage, you can say, right? So across the conductor. Conductor means where current flows. I is the current through the conductor. So I can be measured in amperes, and R is what? Constant of proportionality called resistance, and resistance is measured in ohms. So this is your Ohm's law, where you are having the potential difference is directly proportional to current. Then we can write potential difference equals to I into R. So R is proportionality constant. We are calling it as resistance. So now we will rearrange that relation. So initially you have V equals to I into R, right? So R equals to, actually it is V by I, okay? R equals to V by I, that is resistance. So if you have potential difference and current in your numerical, if they will give you the voltage, and that is potential difference and current, then you can find out the resistance, right? So from this formula only you can find out three terms. If any one of the value like resistance, potential difference, current, from these three, if any one value is missing or any one value you need to find, you can find using the Ohm's law. So units you already know. So 1 ohm is given as 1 volt. So from this definition, R equals to V into I. It is V by I. Sorry, V by I. So the ohm, the resistance of units of resistance is ohm equals to potential difference volt divided by current, that is 1 ampere. So 1 ohm can be given as potential per unit current. Okay, potential difference per unit current. Now, electric charge flows easily through some materials than others. So electric charge doesn't flow in every material, each and every material. So it is having some uh, property that it flows only through some of the materials. So the electrical resistance measures how much the flow of this electric charge. So electrical resistance is what? It is measuring the flow of the electric charge. How much electric charge is present in the conductor. So it is measured by the electrical resistance. Is restricted within the circuit. So we know that resistance is what? It is restricting the current. So the electrical resistance is what? Uh, Flow of electric charge is measured and is restricted within the circuit, right? So factors affecting electrical resistance. So what are the factors? So electrical resistance of conductor is dependent on the following factors. So what are those factors? Cross-sectional area of the conductor. So what do you mean by cross-sectional area? So it is nothing but we are cutting a cylindrical object. Okay, when cylindrical object is cut in a horizontal way, what happens? You are having one circle. Okay, it is cut by a plane surface. So when that is three-dimensional, so that cylindrical object is that is three-dimensional, right? And the plane object is two-dimensional. So generally we can say when two-dimensional plane is cutting the three-dimensional cylindrical object, then the area which we got. So if you cut the cylinder, you will get a circle, right? Or sphere, you can say, right? So that sphere is what? Cross-sectional area of the object. Okay, so here conductor, different objects you can consider. And length of the conductor. So what will be the length of the conductor? It is also one of the factor. And the material of the conductor. So which material is it is? Is it gold, silver, or anything, copper, aluminium? Which type of material it is? So this is also one of the factor which is affecting the electrical resistance. And the final one is temperature. Temperature of the conducting material. It also matters. Okay. Electrical resistance is directly proportional to length of the conductor and inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. So cross-sectional area is given by A and length is what? L. So we can say that resistance is resistance then given by rho L by A. Okay. So this is rho L by A, where rho is what? Resistivity of the material. So what do you mean by resistivity? This is nothing but the strength of that material. So it is measured in ohm meter. So see ohm meter, this is resistance, that is length by area. So we are measuring it in ohm meter. Length is what? Meter. Length is measured in meter. Area meter square. So meter and that meter gets cancelled and you are having the ohm meter. Resistivity is a measurement of material's ability to resist flowing electric current. So this is what it is, measurement of the material's ability. Okay, so then ability is measured in order to stop the flowing current, right? So insulators will have high resistivity. Means why? Because conductors, when you compare with conductors, conductor is having property of conductor is what it allows the current to pass through it, but insulator doesn't allow. Means in conductor, if you in a circuit, you if you connect a resistance, so resistor, so you can uh, resist some of the current, right? Means there you have low resistivity, and in insulator there is no passage of current. So that's the reason insulator having the more resistivity than that of the conductor, right? So some of the resistivity of materials has been given here. So materials with a low value of resistivity conduct electricity very well. Just now we said that conductor is having less resistivity. So what here, same point you have here. So low value materials. So what is low value? That is low value of resistivity. So material having low value of resistivity, they conduct electricity very well. So higher value, they cannot. See some of the materials here, silver. So resistivity of silver is 1 into 10 power minus 8, and copper 1.68 into 10 to the power of minus 8. Also aluminium, wood, air and Teflon's resistivities are given here. So you are having air has more resistivity, means there is no, it is not conducting electricity. Teflon also, it also doesn't conduct the electricity, means it is not allowing the current electricity to pass through it. So one example for conductor you can say graphite. So that is, graphite is what? Your pencil lids. Your pencil lids are made up of graphite. So current will pass through the graphite. So graphite is a good conductor of electricity. So what is bad conductor then? Means which is not allowing the electricity to pass through it. So bad conductor is, you can consider rubber. Okay, rubber is what? Bad conductor of electricity. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to ask students if you have any questions regarding this session. Please ask and please write your questions in the comment section. And I would like to request our organizer, Mr. Amit and Argdeep, you can now remove Diksha ma'am as a presenter. So students, only few students has joined. If you have any questions, regular attendees, please write your questions. Many students are not joining because they have some their personal issues and their college has started giving online classes to them. So there may be some different reasons also. So we are really thankful to those students, those who are joining and attending our classes. I hope you all registered in our workshop and our every program, so that you and us, we all will be benefited with knowledge and proper guidance. So students, if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can just comment yes in the comment section. And don't forget to fill the attendance form. I think many of students has not joined today because it was late. We have started class from 6 o'clock onwards. So from next class onwards, we will be on time, because there is some uh, busy schedule and with lecturers and something they have been arranging for yourself, so that's why they are getting late. So sorry for the inconvenience. Now you can fill attendance form, and those who have filled attendance form, they can leave the meeting. Thank you, Diksha ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for attending.
आपसे ज्यादा कोई रेगुलर नहीं रहा है मैम, बच्चे भी आपसे ज्यादा रेगुलर नहीं रहे हैं.
Okay, okay.
आपसे ज्यादा कोई कांस्टेंट नहीं है बायो सेटअप लाइफ साइंस में.
Lectures है ना?
अभी 2-3 लोग अभी छोड़ दिए हैं. अभी ये आर्ट रिकॉम्बिनेंट डिनर लेक्चर, ये टेक्नोलॉजी की लेक्चर थी, कुमारी ज्योति मैम,
Oh,
वो भी छोड़ दिए हैं.
new members join हो रहे हैं?
न्यू मेंबर्स में अभी कॉलेज स्टार्ट हो गया है, तो एक वो निकालना पड़ेगा, एक जिस तरह से गूगल फॉर्म बना के पिछले बार डाले थे ना, जो आप लोग भरे थे.
Okay, okay.
अब
Yes.
पता नहीं, अब फिर से अभी कॉलेज भी स्टार्ट हो गया, बहुत लोग का पता नहीं अब फिर से करेगा कि नहीं ये लोग.
हाँ, ऐसे कर सकते हैं, वीकली वंस है ना ये, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है करने में तो.
हाँ, वो समय वैसा आएगा तो फिर वैसा ही डिसाइड किया जाएगा.
जी.
So Amit, now you can stop the meeting. I think all have filled the attendance form.